What is going on, guys? Shadow870 here, and I'm bringing you another episode of my CoD Breakdown series. And today we're going to be doing the PDW. And before I get started on the PDW, I want to mention that I did post the CoD Breakdown for this gun earlier, but I had to take it down, sadly, so I'm here to redo it with a better gameplay, personally, that I think. So, wait for me to spawn here. Took me a while to. It always takes me a while to decide my classes. Let me find myself. There it is. So, what about the PDW is good? Alright, well, let's figure out a couple good things about it. A couple things on how you should use it. You know, is it long range, close range? What is it? It's balanced. And everyone has their own different idea on what a balanced gun is. You know, some people are considering a balanced gun as, you know, it can just do everything. You know, it can get perfectly fine long shot kills, medium and short range, but that's not my opinion. My opinion is it gets great medium range kills, good short range, and decent long range, unless of course it's an assault rifle. But that's how you classify it. You know, what in the world are you using? If you're using an SMG, that's what you have to expect. You know, great medium range, good close range, and then average long range. You know, and most submachine guns don't have at that average long range. Most submachine guns have bad long range. You know, they're not good at long range. But the PDW is fairly decent at long range. I'm not gonna call it the best gun to use long range. You know, if you're planning to get long shot medals, you don't want to use the PDW, obviously. But I mean, it's a really awesome gun, and one of my favorite things about it is it's so accurate in the medium range. It's a boss when you have yourself a medium range gunfight. It's so hard to stop this thing, and when you're in that situation, but it also has that diversity and that ability and that versatility to kill people close range. It has that ability, you know, that a submachine gun has, and it's fast, you know. With the PDW, because it's a submachine gun, you're automatically faster than most people who are using assault rifles or LMGs or, you know, things like that. You're automatically just as fast or faster than most people, which is a huge plus when you can get good medium range, good short range, and decent long range kills with this thing. So now let's go with a few perks that I recommend with this gun. And well, a few perks that you don't need with this gun. You don't need marathon, and you don't need lightweight. You don't need them, because this gun, if you can catch yourself in a situation where you're in a medium range gunfight, you can still win it. You know, it's not like the Scorpion where you have to get in a close range gunfight to win. You know, it's not like that. You know, you can still get in medium range gunfights and win. You know, I mean, it's probably the best gun in the game, in my opinion, to get medium range kills. It's awesome. It's an awesome gun to get medium range kills with. But you don't really need any specific perks. I mean, there's nothing really in specific that you have to get, you know? So, I mean, for that section, there's not really a whole lot I have to tell you guys. Attachments. Suppressor. And I'm going to say this on almost every single gun I do in this series. Suppressor is key. Because with suppressor, you know, you're not able to be heard when you shoot your gun, and that's a huge asset in this game. When I started playing Black Ops 2, I sat there and thought, you know what, I think this might be finally a Call of Duty where I don't use suppressor, and I didn't use it, and I kept getting average games. I put it on, and it works like a charm. Suppressor is key. Now, aside from suppressor, there's many things you can put on. You don't need grip on this gun. You don't absolutely need it. I like to put grip on this gun mostly because of the fact that, you know, I always like to put grip on my SMGs. It helps them out in medium and long range, and it just works. So, but you don't need it. You don't need grip at all. You definitely don't need adjustable stock. Obviously, that's not a need. And you don't need fast mag either, because again, this gun's reload is, you know, I mean, it's not its reload, but it has 50 freaking bullets in this thing. You don't need to reload all the time. I do, but I only reload when I'm in situations where I'm absolutely safe. There's nothing that could kill me at all, ever. So now, equipment. Again, nothing. You know, this is that gun that you can just put on, and you can use anything with. You can use your favorite perks, your favorite attachments, your favorite everything on, and you can do well with this thing. The only thing I recommend is obviously suppressor. I really recommend suppressor in every single way, shape, and form. Now, what do you want? What kind of gunfights do you want to set yourself up with? Well, I mean, you can set yourself up with really anything, but you want to set yourself up with medium range gunfights. As you can see in this gameplay, I'm setting myself up in every single gunfight I get into. It's medium range almost all the time. A few times, obviously, that there's an exception, but you know, almost every time I'm setting myself up in a situation where I'm in a medium range gunfight and I'm fighting them from a medium range. That way, you know, I don't get screwed, you know. So and sometimes I get in close range gunfights a little bit more than long range, obviously, but you know that works for a submachine gun, so it's kind of obvious. So now, what about the looks of the PDW is favorable in on this gun? You know, what about its looks? And I'm talking about all of its looks. I'm talking about, you know, from its iron sights to its just how it looks, its design, to its camos, to everything. What about its looks? Well, let's start out with its iron sights. Its iron sights are actually very, very good. Personally, I think I love the little colored dots, and this is an awkward situation I get myself in right here. This guy knows I'm here, and I'm just kind of stuck, and he's shooting at me. I can't believe I got myself out of this situation. But anyways, its iron sights, I love the little green dots that you get. You know, I love the green dots on it. It's one of my favorite things. But I really like its iron sights. You know, I like the colored dots on the MP7. I like the colored dots on the M27. I liked that. That's pretty cool. And the iron sights are really actually fairly good, and I enjoy using them. Now, where is the camo in this gun? Well, the camo's on the bottom ring, and that is both a positive for me, both a positive and a negative. You know, it's a negative because, you know, it's not on the top part. So when you pull out your gun, it's not like, oh my gosh, you know, this camo's staring me right in the face. It's fucking amazing. You know, it's more like when you pull out your gun, you have to look down and like, oh, okay, that's cool. You know, that's an interesting design because not a whole lot of guns, you know, not a whole lot of guns have them on the top. There's a lot of guns in this game that have them on the bottom. Personally, I don't like that idea. I would rather have my gun be completely covered in the camo, or at least almost completely covered in the camo. But, you know, again, it doesn't bother me. I'm not going to not use the PDW just because it doesn't have the camo in an awesome spot. Now, where do they place the emblem and the clan tag? Well, they place the emblem in a spot that I don't really like. When I aim with my gun, I like to see my clan tab, but when I'm just carrying my gun around, I like to see my emblem bright and shiny clearly on my gun. And as you guys can see, it's on the left part of my gun, right next to my clan tag. I don't like that much. I like the MTARs where it has it on the back ridge, and when you pull up your gun, you can just see it like right there. Except it's a little crooked. I don't know why, but I mean, it's just, I prefer the emblem to be like there when I pull up my gun. You know, when I'm just walking casually down like a street or something, I want to see my emblem. And with my clan tag, when I aim, I want to see my clan tag. You know, I want to see 870 when I'm killing somebody. You know, I want to show it off. But obviously, that they just didn't design it that way. Sadly, you know. But again, it's not something that I'm going to, unfortunately, you know, just not use just because they didn't put the design right on the gun. So let's recap over about the PDW. So far we got, it's a balanced gun, it's fantastic in medium range combat, great in close range combat, and average in long range combat, which is pretty good for a submachine gun. You know, it's got the regular SMG speed, you don't need lightweight, or you don't need marathon. You know, those are not two perks that you absolutely positively infinitely need. You know, you're not going to be like dead if you don't use them. You know, the design on the gun is pretty good. You know, I don't really like the design that much, but some people might. But it's a decent design to look at when you're using this gun. It's not that bad of a design. And the iron sights are very favorable, and they're one of my favorite iron sights in this game. You know, I love the iron sights on this gun. I'm getting doubles and triples all over today. But so, you know, the iron sights, very favorable, very awesome, very good. You know, that's just how the iron sights are, you know. Alright, and attachments. You don't need anything. But preferably, I would prefer suppressor on it. I like to put grip on it, but you guys don't have to. It's just how the PDW rolls. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all later.